In part C and D of this question, we will be looking at the application of cross-elasticity of demand, and we will also be looking at how certain changes in the economy would impact the PPC of the country. Part C. Using evidence in extract 3, explain whether the cross-elasticity of demand for sugar with stevia is likely to be positive or negative. Now, first and foremost, you must use evidence from extract 3. Secondly, you do not merely state whether it is positive or negative, so you must explain whether it is positive or negative, meaning you must explain what positive or negative cross-elasticity means. And thirdly, it is good practice for you to define concepts that you are asked to apply. So in this case, even though there may be no marks allocated to defining cross-elasticity of demand, it is good practice for you to define cross-elasticity of demand. Just in case, if the rest of the answer is incorrect, you could get 1 mark for the definition of the term. So cross-elasticity of demand is defined as the responsiveness of the demand for one good to a change in the price of another good. Next, you look for evidence in extract 3 that may indicate the relationship between the two goods. So the evidence in extract 3 states that stevia is a safe sugar alternative. So if it's an alternative to sugar, it means that it is a substitute to sugar. So as substitutes, the cross-elasticity of demand is likely to be positive. And what does positive mean? Positive means that when there is an increase in the price of stevia, this would result in an increase in the demand for sugar. Let's now move on to part D. Sugary drinks pose serious health concerns such as obesity, diabetes, and other related diseases. Now, with the aid of a diagram, explain how this will impact Singapore's production possibilities curve. So once again, you need to have a diagram and you must make reference to this diagram in your explanation. Now, next, the command word phrase here is explain how. So explain means you need to make something clear, and how here means that you need to focus on a process. And this process must be an impact on Singapore's PPC. So you must look at how Singapore's PPC will be impacted. So due to obesity, diabetes, and other related diseases, firstly, there could be a fall in productivity. Now, this fall in productivity could be linked to QQT. So make sure if you link to QQT, you talk about how this would lead to a fall in the quality of resources. And when you have a fall in the quality of resources, there will be an inward shift of the PPC from PPC 0 to PPC 1, which must be reflected on the diagram. Alternatively, you could talk about how these illnesses, obesity, diabetes, and other diseases could result in some workers losing their jobs or other workers being employed below their full capacity. So this can result in an increase in unemployment or underemployment, and this would result in less output being produced in Singapore. And this is reflected by an inward movement from point A to point B on the PPC. As this is a 2-mark question, you may either focus on the shift in the PPC inwards or the inward movement of points. There is no need for you to talk about both for this question.